Stripe makes it easy for developers and businesses to accept payments securely, scale globally, and move faster without building everything from scratch. In this video, we'll learn how to integrate Stripe directly into your applications on the IDE IDE. You'll learn how Stripe integration works, how to integrate Stripe into your project on IDE, how to obtain your Stripe API keys and complete the webhook setup, and finally, how Stripe integration looks inside a live function showcase. Stripe is one of the most powerful and reliable payment platforms for developers and businesses that need to accept payments, manage subscriptions, or run online transactions at scale. It handles PCI compliance, secure tokenization, fraud prevention with Radar, and gives you real-time webhooks so your app can react instantly to events like successful payments or subscription updates. To follow along, start by creating your Stripe account, or log in if you already have one. The Stripe dashboard is your control center for payments. The left sidebar includes sections for payments, customers, products, subscriptions, and developer tools. The activity panel displays real-time events, allowing you to monitor charges, refunds, and webhook deliveries. For our project, we'll use test mode, which allows us to simulate real payments with Stripe's test cards, generate webhook events, and explore all platform features without real money. It mimics live mode but offers a safer environment for development. To follow along, you'll need your Stripe API keys. You can find them in the dashboard by going to Developers API Keys. Stripe gives you a publishable key for front-end operations and a secret key for back-end or server-side logic. We'll be using those keys to authenticate our application and allow Stripe to communicate with our IDE project. Now, let's create the application that we'll be integrating Stripe payments into. We're building Swanbooks, a simple online bookstore that carries a variety of genres, from fantasy and sci-fi to self-help, history, and niche indie titles. We'll populate it with hypothetical book entries so we have something realistic to work with as we build out the payment flow. The idea is to prompt the IDE to generate a functional storefront, then extend it with Stripe integration so customers can purchase books through a clean and secure workflow. For this project, we'll use Claude Sonnet 4 as our model thanks to its efficiency, speed, and ability to quickly scaffold structured applications. It's especially good for generating organized project foundations, which makes it ideal for what we're building here. Once you've described Swanbooks in your prompt and specified that you want Stripe integrated into checkout or payment actions, go ahead and hit enter. The IDE IDE will then ask you to confirm the tech stack it recommends for your application. Review it, and if it matches what you need, simply tell it to proceed. Then just wait a few moments while it generates the entire project structure for you. Once complete, here's what it looks like, exactly like the preview you see attached. IDE assembled the entire Swanbooks interface in under 3 minutes, and what's impressive is how cohesive the output is right from the start. You get a fully structured landing page with a bold hero section, a call to action button, a security badge, and a clean, evenly spaced feature row underneath. The color palette is consistent, the typography is balanced, and the layout feels intentionally crafted rather than auto-generated. IDE doesn't just throw components together, it produces something that looks like an actual product landing page, giving you a solid foundation you can immediately build on without wasting time on boilerplate setup or UI scaffolding. With the project scaffold, the next step is connecting Stripe. To do that, we'll grab our API keys from the Stripe dashboard, the publishable key for client-side operations and the secret key for backend requests. Once you have them, just tell IDE to update the project with those keys. It will automatically place them in the correct environment variables, adjust any server functions that need Stripe authentication, and confirm that everything is linked properly for payment handling. Once that's done, all that's left is deploying the application. Now we need to deploy our project so we can obtain its public URL, which is required for the Stripe webhook setup. Deployment makes your application accessible on the internet so Stripe can send event notifications back to it. We've already deployed our version of Swanbooks, but you can do the same with a single click by using the deploy button in the IDE IDE. Once it's live, just copy the public URL. You'll need it for the webhook configuration. In the dashboard, create a new webhook, enter your application's public URL, and select the events to listen for, specifically checkout session completed and checkout session expired. Stripe will send structured JSON payloads each time these events occur, with each payload cryptographically signed for validation. This secure, event-driven process ensures your application stays in sync with real-time Stripe activity, allowing you to trigger order fulfillment, update databases, or handle failures automatically. Now it's time to actually test the Stripe integration and see everything working together. To do this, we'll head into our Swanbooks storefront and select one of the entries, in our case, The Art of French Cooking. Once we open its dedicated buying page, you'll see the purchase and download button that Bind AI generated for us. When we click that button, the app immediately creates a checkout session and redirects us to the Stripe checkout page. That redirect alone is the first clear indication that the integration is wired up correctly. The session was created, the keys were recognized, and the endpoint responded without errors. On the Stripe checkout page, we enter a test email address. Since we're in test mode, Stripe simulates the live system using test card numbers, allowing us to go through the mock payment flow. Stripe checkout is polished, secure, and manages all complex validations and PCI compliance, providing a production-grade payment experience without the need to build one from scratch. Once the test completes, Stripe will trigger our webhook events, update the session status, and return us to the success page the application generated, confirming the entire flow is working end-to-end. It's a simple process, but it's also a powerful demonstration of how quickly you can build, integrate, and test full payment systems using Bind AI and Stripe. And with that, you've seen the full cycle, from setup to integration to a live test, bringing us to the end of this walkthrough. Thanks for watching.